Normally in the Geek Corner, we review movies, books, games, and television shows. But today we're going to look at something a bit different. Star Wars leaves a lot of questions, and with each new movie, we, the fans, like to try and figure things out beforehand. Today we're going to look at some of the fan theories that have come up and weigh in on some of them. I'm Ollamh. Welcome to Geek Corner Reviews. Let's start off with one that has been around for a while and honestly has a lot of questionable foundations. There are a lot of people that say that Han Solo is a Force user, though even he doesn't realize it. The theory is based on a single line of dialogue which isn't even from Solo himself. While watching Luke practicing with a lightsaber, Solo comments that it's just luck, to which Kenobi says the line, "In my experience, there's no such thing as luck." Now, the people who developed the theory interpreted this as meaning there's no such thing as luck in the Star Wars universe. What it really means is that Kenobi hasn't experienced luck. I personally have never found a beer that I like, one that tastes good to me. So I could say that, in my experience, there's no such thing as a good-tasting beer. They go on to claim that in the Greedo-Solo shootout, that Solo reacts by moving his head to the side, avoiding Greedo's shot, and then shoots him quickly. That, however, is in the altered edition, which changed the original idea. Solo originally killed Greedo first, showing that he wasn't a good person, but he's willing to cross the line to make sure that he survives. Another point people bring up is that Solo knew about the asteroid worm in The Empire Strikes Back. It wasn't just a cave. This wasn't him sensing life in the worm, though. If you watch the scene, there's a shot that goes wide and the cave trembles. So Solo fires at the floor and it shakes even more. This is forming an idea then testing the idea, not an awareness. Another fan theory that doesn't really hold up, at least in my opinion, is that Jar Binks is a Sith Lord. People seem to form this opinion because at times he shows that he is competent in certain areas while inept in others. So if he is at all competent, he must be acting when he appears to be inept. There are several reasons why this isn't accurate, though, such as his ability to leap into the air, twirl around, and dive into the lake. That's something he's surely done a lot, to the point where it's almost second nature. But running from a droid army, that's not normal for anybody on Naboo. So obviously, he would be freaked out and scared, and therefore stumble. Also, the ineptness of his movements on Tatooine is something that actually should happen more often in Star Wars. Not every inhabitable planet is going to be the same. There's going to be differences in air pressure, gravitational pull, a ton of other things. Little things that would cause someone to not be as nimble and in control as they would be on their home planet. That's actually the same reason that originally Superman had superpowers. Finally, there's the fact that Jar Jar helps give Palpatine special powers and enabled him to take over the Republic and turn it into the Galactic Empire. Palpatine was able to manipulate everyone and hide his influence from even the Jedi that lived on the same planet. I don't think he would have a problem manipulating someone who is socially awkward and doesn't truly understand politics. Ultimately, as far as Jar Binks, I think some people see it as either being completely inept at everything or is a secret genius that's just plain at being a fool. Just because someone is bad at a lot of things doesn't mean there isn't something that they're good at. Life isn't as clearly black and white as that. Now, we've talked about an original trilogy theory and a prequel theory. Let's talk about one that involves the new movies. This centers around who is Rey, and boy, there are plenty of theories out there. The one I wanted to address is the idea that Rey is the reincarnation of Anakin Skywalker. Obviously, we don't really know who she is, but there are a few reasons I reject this theory and hope the writers do as well. The basis for my rejection of this theory is that it destroys the idea of the ending of Return of the Jedi. Anakin has been a pretty hard focus for a while. The first 6 movies are really about his fall to the dark side and redemption thanks to his son Luke. Having him reincarnated would destroy the idea of him being redeemed. At the end of The Return of the Jedi, we see Obi-Wan and Yoda as ghosts. Then we see that Anakin has become a ghost as well, signaling that he has become one with the Force. Hell, we even see in the super remastered version, he gets to become his young self again. Which I take as to indicate that he has returned to the light side as he was before becoming Darth Vader. He is ready to walk with Obi-Wan and Yoda beyond the mortal realm and deeper into the Force. If Rey is Anakin reincarnated, that means that his redemption isn't complete. He was returned to life to fix the mistakes he made in his previous life. How does he go from being one with the Force and a spirit back to being flesh and blood? When have we seen any indication that reincarnation is even a thing in the Star Wars universe? It feels like way too much of a stretch to me. So there are 3 fan theories about the Star Wars movies and my personal feelings on them. I don't feel that any of them are correct for the reasons stated, but what do you think about the theories? Is there a theory mentioned here that you still hold on to? Do you have a few points that contradict my points? Let me know what you think by leaving a comment down below, sending me a tweet, or a post on our Facebook page. Theories are always flexible and able to be changed based on presented evidence, so let's talk about them. As always, thank you guys very much for watching. And don't forget to poke the subscribe button down below so that you can stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions.
If you want to see some crazy and also lazy, you should meet me and my friends.
That's not okay, man. That is not okay. So we can dig up her grave now. The sad part comes from how he goes down. And let's face it, he goes down like a bitch. While fighting Skywalker, Han Solo